What's good? What's good? We are back live from Fayettenam, the one and only Paul Masson. How's everybody doing out there? July 3rd. We're going into the 4th tomorrow. Everybody gonna be having barbecues, cooking out burgers, hot dogs, barbecue chicken, and all that good stuff with the sides, mac and cheese and whatever. Weather's gonna be hot as hell in North Carolina, but they still gonna be cooking out, man. Supposed to have a guest, but she texted me and was having issues with the link, so told her to try to copy and paste it and see if that works. Up, yep, there she goes. There she goes. So we about to bring on a special guest. Some of y'all might know her from her hit single "So Good" back in '97. Some of y'all might know her from her album "Best of Both Worlds" back in '98, and she was one of the only females that I remember signed to Loud Records that I could recall. I could be wrong, but let's bring on the one and only Davina, also known as Davina Bussy. Davina, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Glad you got the link figured out.
Yeah, it took a minute. That was a good suggestion of copying things.
So how's life been treating you?
I can't complain. It's life.
That's what's up. That's
I'm
what's
happy
up.
for it. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you took time out to do this interview. Now, were you the only female in Loud Records?
No.
Okay.
We had Adriana Evans.
Okay.
Actually, she was before me.
Okay.
Um, and I think it's Yvette Michelle maybe
Okay.
with Funk Flex. That's how she came out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to start here. So what were some of the artists you were listening to a lot growing up in Detroit?
Mm. Fusion, jazz,
Okay.
Pharoah Sanders. Yes, and Rush, Pat Benatar, Aretha Franklin,
Okay.
the Jacksons, Michael
Yeah.
Jackson in particular. Um, yeah, mostly jazz and classical music, though. I used to like to just listen to instrumentals and make up melodies.
That's what's up. Now I seen where it says you ran your own dance music label. What can you tell us about that?
Nocturnal images. Yeah, Mike Banks is like Underground Resistance, and he came up with this company called Submerge, where it was everyone. Kevin Saunderson. It was like everybody. We were all together. We all had an office, and we would just put out our records and
Mhm.
put it with stories and our different music. But we had to do it ourselves. So that was me, Nocturnal Images, and let me see. An artist beside myself that I had on there was Van Ryn, Paul Van Ryn, and like he became like really, really big in the scene.
Okay.
Yeah, called the real thing. So that was
Now
good.
I also saw where did you work as a recording engineer as well?
That's correct. That's how I came into the business. I was an engineer, and they were um, they were like, you could use the studio when no one
Uh-huh.
shows up, and so Coolio I was in a session with him before, and then the second session when he came back and he was supposed to do that with me, he didn't, and I used the studio time to finish up mixing my thing. And it just so happened they came with lights and cameras and everything, and it was like they come in there, they're looking for him, and they're like, this music, this crazy music in the back is so awesome. What is this? This
Yeah.
new thing? I said, no, 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 this is me. They said, no, 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 where's the engineer? I said, I am. It's like, well, who's doing what? I'm like, nobody's here. They watched me run the tape seconds before. Then I run into the studio, into the vocal booth, and then I get everything together, and then I do my vocals. Then I come back into the studio room and erase everything, all that noise, and then start on the grid one and do my thing. So and then mixed it. So they heard that, and then he fired me from the studio at that moment. He was like, "You're
Cause you were
fired."
cause you were recording on when nobody was there?
Yes, I recorded when no one was there. I recorded many different people that came through that studio, so that was pretty cool. you know.
And
And
what studio was this?
PMP?
Was that in Detroit?
No, this was California. This was
Okay.
I forget his last name right now, but Paul. Yeah, Paul. He had a he managed many people like Tyrese.
Okay.
So yeah, he had me in there working with several folk. Um, right now, I can't remember anybody but Tyrese and Coolio. But and besides myself, So after that, I came to do my own thing, and then you heard the what 97. They would put out like what EP,
Okay.
just to introduce myself, And they got the title wrong on that EP. They called it "Feel So Good." So a lot of people know the song for "Feel So Good," but
Okay.
it's truly entitled "So Good." You know.
Now was this before Loud Records?
No, so good. I totally
That
got with
was
Loud
on Loud.
Records.
Okay. So how
Yeah,
did
yeah.
you end up on Loud when they were primarily like a hip hop label?
Well, like I say, I was working for one of his partners at that studio, and they heard the music and they thought it was like a hip hop situation. Then they just heard me singing, and they were like, you got to be an artist. You cannot this sound. We never heard it before." And this is what they were saying at first. They couldn't come up with a genre name for it, so they
Yeah.
literally named it neo soul at that moment, and that was that. It was literally no other neo soul artist at the time. Um, and then they started making me talk to every DJ, and the DJs was like, "What is neo soul?" Like, you know. So it was something that, but then the album didn't come out the same time because of my engineer. I trusted no one else because his ears was immaculate.
Uh-huh.
Uh, but he had had a family uh, catastrophe or something. His wife
Damn.
was divorcing him something, and he collapsed. He was like, "I can't do it." So a whole year went by, and I just wouldn't let nobody else engineer. So I came out in '98 instead of '97.
But you had like two remixes off of that record, right?
Yes, absolutely. I did a remix with
Raekwon and one with Exhibit, right?
right Exhibit, and let me see. It was Exhibit. It was
Was it Lot of
Mad
Dark Man on
Lion,
there? I
Mad
thought it.
Lion, Common. I did remixes with both of them. Mad Lion was actually on So Good. Uh,
Okay.
Exhibit was on So Good. I really love his version. Um, um, yeah, old dirty bastard, bless his life. You know, did that with him as well. Yeah. So, and of
Yeah,
course,
and
Raekwon. Yeah.
yeah, Raekwon
Very.
and Wu Tang was really on top of the game still kind of around then, and Exhibit was definitely on top of his game. He's never slacked on a verse.
Yeah, I love him. I love him. I love him. He's great. I
No,
loved all of my label mates, Dead Prez, everybody. It was a beautiful experience. You
and whose idea was it to do all those remixes?
know.
Because back then you typically did one remix.
Well, I wanted to do a remix with the people that I wanted to do things with.
Okay.
They actually put me with Raekwon, and I don't mind
Yeah.
it. That was a label thing, but I wanted to be with Old Dirty and a few other people that wasn't
Yeah.
on Loud, but it
Yeah.
was only going to be who was on Loud.
And that makes sense that they would labels will try to use artists within for the features and stuff like that because they trying to save money probably and stuff like that.
Hey, wherever you can save, I see it. I see it. But when you spend it appropriately,
Yeah.
yeah.
Now was that song also the theme song for the movie Hoodlum?
Yes, it was. And let me see. It
I
is
was
now.
watching that movie just the other day.
Well, now you get to watch Unstoppable with J Lo. It's like 40 seconds into the. 40 minutes in to the movie. My song is now been placed on there as well. Same song.
And
Beautiful movie.
how many movie placements have you gotten off of that song?
Uh, just two so far.
Okay.
Many more, but with a different. Every time you work with sync, just percentages go away from you. You sort of be the pot is with everybody. Universal is going to be with Interscope. It's going to be I do it with somebody else. It's going to be with that label now too. They all get a percentage later. So I'd like to get more into doing a song just for the movie. Like
Yeah.
you don't know.
So,
Yeah.
what would you say inspired your musical style early on?
Hmm. Well, musical style. I took pride in not listening to most vocalists, or I
Okay.
didn't want to know how anybody else did what they did. I just wanted to know how to do it, you
Yeah.
know? So I would tinker around with it my own self. And my very first records, I think it was 1986, I put out, I was a child, literally 13 years old, or 14, I think. And I put Rock, Shake, and Roll and Can't Stop Rockin'. And I've heard that those songs are like number one in places over in different parts of the country,
Mhm.
and overseas. It's beautiful that you can do something as a child, And I was just doing that out of this is my new equipment, and I want to learn how to work this, and But so I did that. But then by the time Best of Both Worlds came out, my second album, Return to Soul. Um, I know how to do everything by now. I know the ins and outs of everything. So
Yeah.
it's better musically done. You know what I mean? And the 9 albums that I'm working on next, you're gonna see the advancement that I've learned. So
And you produced your whole album, right?
yes, I did. I've
Yeah,
wrote,
I was
produced everything.
noticing that. Yeah. So you did it all. I mean, you were recording it, you were writing it, you were producing it, you were singing it. You were a one woman band basically.
Well, I unfortunately had to do that in Detroit for some reason. They didn't want the women that somewhat looked a certain way. They're like, "Oh, just sit and sing."
Yeah.
They didn't really want you to, be behind the scenes. But I wanted to specifically because I wanted to learn everything. What if anything happens? I didn't want to count on anyone for my sound.
Yeah.
I want to be able to come up with my own sound, not like, oh, I like this person's sound and now I'm just going to sing it better or something. No, I love to create. That's what I love.
You definitely didn't sound like you were trying to sound like everything else that you were hearing, especially in the mainstream and whatnot. So
Whatnot.
your album went number 34 US top R&B hip hop albums charts. Two of the three singles charted. What was the feeling like at that time?
Oh, I'm gonna explain stuff. None of those charts and stuff mean that much to me. Uh,
Okay.
I'm more of a faith-based kind of being, and basically, I was just told to sing because I bring harmony and peace.
Mhm.
So I just want to bring something good. So it wasn't really nothing about like, oh, I want to be better than this person and better than that. No, no competition at all for me. I will not compete with people, because I don't think we're here to do that. You
Yeah.
came with a sound and I would love to hear your sound and your exchange. Yeah. So that's.
Yeah, in society we do make everything a competition.
Mm-mm.
Everything. And there's billions of people on this earth, so it's like, what are we fighting over? You just try to get your fan base, they get their fan base, and no reason to compete. It don't make no sense.
I mean, it's healthy sometimes just to
Sometimes,
if
yeah,
you're
yeah.
losing if you don't have the motivation, and then that helps motivate you. But no, I'm always motivated. I've come to do here what I came to do on the planet. So it's gonna be happening until my last breath. You know.
So you said something earlier about, you know, the industry not wanting women behind the scenes. Like, What kind of challenges were you facing? I mean, I guess there was a lot of challenges back then, right? For women.
Uh, well, you have to fight a lot. If you were like me, you fought a lot. I wasn't the Anita Baker type where you just pick one of the men that's after you. Oh, I'll pick you, and then you defend me against all these guys. No, I wasn't that one. I'd be like, I'll fight
Yeah.
all y'all. Let's go. So that's how
Is
it was
that
with me.
that's the Detroit in you?
That's the Detroit. That's for sure. Yeah, I can't help it. Born and raised, you know. And no. And besides, it's I'm very into really good things. Be good. Be your best. Don't come at anybody at your worst. That doesn't make sense to me. So people that would come at you when you're trying to do music in the studio or you're trying to sing or write something, and then they want to get sexual all of a sudden.
Yeah.
They always caught it from me. They caught elbows, kicks, got some arms broke. They got it. They caught it from me. So I did not have any of those challenges. They literally knew to be like, stay away from her. You'll break something, you know?
So you've been in the business for a while now. How has your approach to songwriting and music changed
What?
over the years?
How's my approach to what?
Songwriting and music changed over the years.
You know how when you come as ideas in the beginning,
Hmm.
and then you finally go to a studio and you see all of the steps that they take to do it in the studio. What I learned is you can't miss those steps. You literally have to go at it like you're in a studio, like from step one to infinity, if it is. You just have to, no shortcuts, no shortcuts. And every time I made a shortcut, I'm I put three times the work on myself.
Hmm.
So, you know,
So taking shortcuts just makes things harder, basically. What you're saying,
yes, yes, yes.
and
It
that
would be
makes a lot of
easier
sense.
if it'd be easier if we had like systems like we did back in the day because of the paychecks that everybody was being getting from everyone, from the labels and from marketing to advertisement. Everybody was doing well. Uh, we had techs, we had second and third engineers. You had so many people helping you. We have to do it all alone now, and with that same uh, energy of putting out a song is kind of difficult because you don't have that same system and engine anymore to handle things. I don't mind doing things on my own,
Hmm.
especially when I know that the most would come back to me. But I don't mind sharing either if it's going to apply it the right way, like the way we used to do business. Why did that have to stop? Because the music industry may have been too greedy. Why on this earth did the advertisement and the the marketing and merchandising? What happened? I don't know, but I'm looking forward to getting back to that. Even if I have to don't allow anyone to have my albums unless you coming it from my website or
Yeah.
I'm putting on a performances and that's the only time you're going to see and hear my music. It's going to be something like that because I don't like the thievery. How they've already taken money from you from way back in the day. They could have been doing much better at giving people their propers, but they weren't. And then they lose it. When you do bad, you lose things. And now it's up to us, and we're all doing things, and they still found a way to take
Yeah.
it streamings and stuff like that. So it's you know all everything you do comes to light. Yeah. So I don't want to be in any bad anything with what the people are doing, like whether it's against me or not, or against my fellow man. I don't like when those things happen. So I always look for something new that we can do. Like go back to some old days stuff, like 1940s. They used to send it right to you in the mail. I mean, just anything other than you trying to maximize and take from me when I created something. I love to
Yeah. Well,
share.
I think they've convinced us that some of these older things don't work anymore. Like people don't still buy CDs, but independent artists that's still selling CDs. So
If you still
it,
have a CD player, of course, I mean, whatever venue you can put it on. I mean, but MP3s don't have to just be going through streaming. You know,
yep.
that's that part too. It doesn't have to just be like I have to go on Spotify and get 0.00003 cents of my song. You know what I mean? It's totally other
Yep.
ways. You know.
No, I agree. And if you got a certain quality music, you probably shouldn't put it in streaming because streaming is saying, "Hey, this is what your music's worth."
Hmm.
But if you got it over here on your website, you could dictate really what it's worth. Because
Mm.
if people are going to pay the price you set, that's all that matters. You
Yeah,
know.
it wasn't like music was such a high price.
No, it
I
wasn't.
mean, it's the people who are just really greedy and just like it's like I feel like it's on the like the movies when the last part of the budget is the makeup, but you want the person to look good and do this, but they got no budget for you and still want that to be good. It's just I don't understand them. Yeah,
So, do you
I'm
got
different.
any unreleased songs that didn't come out when you was on Loud Records and stuff?
Oh yeah, yeah. Um, got several, but let me see. I did it on 2-inch machines, and let me see, like 20 years. So the mold that became on the tapes, like I had to go and get them transferred and
Uh huh.
that stuff off. So maybe half of the work is gone, and the rest I
Damn.
still have. So yeah, it sucks. But as long as I still have something and I have a band,
Mm.
they're gonna replay everything over, and I'll do things. So everything that was missing, I'll redo. But there were several songs. There was at least three. I have a song called "Pretty Girl," and it was about my goddaughter. Um, I've had I did a remake of Stevie Wonder's "Where Were You When I Needed You" last summer. That didn't come out. It was just a few things that at that point. I was ready to go back independent. I didn't see the difference with working with all of these people, giving out all my money for different marketing events and big hotels when they're putting me in the hotel or my band in a hotel with big flying roaches, and the executives are sitting in there in hot tubs. So
Man.
I busted that whole scene up and was like, nope. If I can't stay in this hotel, you can't stay in this hotel.
Yeah.
It's not happening. So it was a lot of Detroit moments that I tried to not have. I didn't want to go too bad on the people, but sometimes when it was just too bad like that, like how dare you think that
Mm.
we want to be uncomfortable, and that's my money. That was my
Yeah.
money. You have to pay back everything. Video money, marketing, advertisement, everything is being paid back. And marketing could be him just going to the most expensive restaurant and spending 3 G's that night, and then I have to pay. So
Wow.
I'm sorry.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's how they were doing. Yeah, hang on one second.
All right.
My phone is dying. I gotta
All
make
right. Well, I
sure.
only got one more question for you, and I'm gonna let you do shout outs and whatnot. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know it's the 4th of July weekend, and everybody
Yeah.
wanna relax. But you said earlier, I think you said you got like 9 albums coming out.
Yes, I'm.
That's a lot.
Yes, I know it's a lot,
So when
but
we
I'm
expect
having so
probably the
much fun.
first one?
Mm, I can't really say, but I know that 1 and 2 is coming out around the same time. Like I got
Okay.
Return to Soul, Volume 2 that's coming out, and then I have the other album that's coming out that's more closer to Best of Both Worlds, more on the Detroit hip hop sound, and like I got fire stuff with that, and it's just about mixing and mastering right now, and it's a little hard sometimes to find the right mixing engineer that you can work with that gives you the greatest ideas. Right now, I'm just doing it between me and a program that I'm using. I'll use like a mastering program, you know. So that's about it. I'm getting it done.
Well, it's good to hear that you still doing it. I know there's been a lot of resurgence with people just making music, man, when they've been taking hiatuses, especially after that 50-year hip hop anniversary. I know a lot of people just been like, we got to keep making music, and if you love to do it, you should always do it. I think.
Always, always. No, it's not a day that I don't do music. I just want. I wish that it was a more of a connectivity that we had, like with text and different things. Like, it's really hard for the person that's creating the work all the time to have to now sit there and think out algorithms and do this math on this and put this on this part of the grid and all these technical things. Sometimes it just, boy, oh boy, you know. So I'm just waiting to finish up those little things, and you'll be hearing them. You know, and I
And you
don't
said it's going
have
to be
a.
available on your website.
Yes, yes,
Oh, what is that?
absolutely.
What's the website?
You know what? I have. Let me see. I should have put that there. It's idvmusic.com, right?
It's you said it's what?
IDV.
idvmusic.com. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm gonna
because
definitely
my
go check
nickname
that
is
out.
DV. They say, they say the Davina is divine, so people just put DV for short, and then that's been my nickname for quite some time. So, you know.
Well, I'm gonna definitely follow you, make sure I support everything you're doing, and can't wait to hear your new album. Any shout outs you want to do before you go?
Hey, shout out to anybody creating on all
Okay.
levels. I love it. Stay doing it, and let's have peace and harmony.
Well, I
I'm shouting
appreciate you
out peace.
taking out the time. And you a friend of the show now. It's definitely glad to meet you.
Yes, nice meeting you as well, and thank you. I'd love to be there at any time.
And I also do music reviews on Saturdays. So when you release a song, I'll send you my email, and maybe you can submit one for the music reviews.
Do that. Do that. I would like to do that with my first single off the first. I mean, after 9 albums.
Sounds like a plan. Well,
All right.
like I said, I appreciate you taking the time out, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Okay, you too. All right. Say
All
hi
right,
to
thank you,
everybody.
Davina.
All right. All right. Ciao.
All right,
Thank
we'll
you. You're
do.
welcome. Bye.
Uh, Well, there you have it, Davina, also known as Davina Bussy. Really good career. Album charted back in 98, 97. So Good came out. I mean, it was the theme song for the film Hoodlum, which I was watching recently. Still a classic movie with Lawrence Fishburne in it. Um, she had a remix with Raekwon, Old Dirty, Exhibit. Um, she said Madeline as well. And one of the very few female artists that was on Loud Records at the time. Loud Records was predominantly dominated by hip hop, but has some R&B as well too. So we about to wrap it up. Let me go through the schedule. I still got some interviews lined up for the rest of this month. I will not be on tomorrow. I'm gonna let y'all party, barbecue, do y'all's thing. Y'all gonna be more occupied on that anyways. Y'all ain't gonna be looking to tune in probably. So we still got July 10th, which is next Thursday. We got Pretty P, who got Song of the Day on the music reviews a few weeks back. We still got DYs of the Bums, July 11th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We still got Gary Ramsey, July 17th, and we got Nia Voy, July 18th. And Nia Voy got Song of the Week like a couple weeks ago. And I'm going to be working on some other interviews as well. And also go check out Dizzle Brand. We got the shout out from Ray J. We got a few clips and videos with Ray J. Because our guy Livio Harris, basically, as Ray J said in the video, like Livio's known him before he was allowed to drink legally and whatnot. So we got Ray J sent him a case of Dizzle. We did a few videos, did a picture. So shouts out to Ray J and whatnot. before I go, couple things I saw. You got the thing going on with Mia X and Master P. They kind of going back and forth. Apparently, allegedly that Mia X was like upset because Master P was doing like I guess his last tour or whatnot as a solo artist or like a show or something, and I guess he didn't have the No Limit artists up there, so they was kind of feeling. I guess she was feeling some kind of way, from what I heard. It could be wrong. We don't know. You never know with the internet, but they going back and forth. And I just think like Master P put on so many artists at that time, man. He put on so many artists. He put the food on the table for a lot of artists. I mean, this is a guy who made it off his own blood, sweat, and tears, who got a direct line in with all the mom and pop stores, created his own network of distribution, and had the best distribution deal with the majors when he did sign, where he kept 95% and they got like 5%, and that was it, which really opened up the doors for the Cash Money deal. But he put on a ton of artists. And I just feel like when an artist puts you on at some point, man, at some point you gotta stand on your own 2 feet and you gotta make it work by yourself. I'm pretty sure Mia X is doing just fine by herself. I don't know why she would need to take shots at Master P. And if he's doing the solo show, you know, to basically walk off into the sunset and do whatever other business he's doing, hey, so be it, man. I mean, Master P has earned that, man. I mean, shit. Look how big he made his son, Romeo. Had the Nickelodeon shit. I mean, C Murder was big. Silk the Shocker, his brother was big at one time. And I think he was terrible as an artist. He revived Mystical's career. Um, put on a lot of people. I know he helped get Young Bleed record deal as well. And shouts out to Young Bleed and I think his name is Savage Backstage, I think, or so. But they shouted out loud for Fayettenam as well. And also, the news with P. Diddy basically only found guilty on 2 of the 5 charges, which basically the feds wasted tax dollars, just only really proving what we already knew, that 50 that not 50 but Diddy buys prostitutes, like half of the freaking politicians and probably half of the men on this planet, you know, buy prostitutes or escorts or hookers or whatever you want to call them. So it's like, damn, y'all wasted tax dollars on a federal case just to prove that Diddy Diddy buys prostitutes. They provided no evidence or proof that anything led to sex trafficking. I don't know why Kid Cudi on the stand and his car blowing up has anything to do with sex trafficking. All that has to do with is just showing that, Diddy might be capable of, you know, al- allegedly blowing up somebody's car, or allegedly blowing up somebody's car with them in it. Who knows? I mean, of course, you got the rumors about people saying, Diddy has something to do with Pac and has something to do with Big and allegedly and all this and that. I say we'll never really know, man. We'll never really know. All we can do is speculate, throw in the conspiracy hats. And of course, conspiracies are definitely coming out, you know, with the Diddy shit. Because people are saying like he was a target because, you know, um, I guess of some other business ventures or something like that. Which kind of with like the whole thing with Michael Jackson owning Sony music catalogs and a lot of music catalogs, the Beatles catalog, and I heard he owned some of Eminem's catalog, and you know, so it's kind of in that lines and whatnot. Or like they said, who were like when Bill Cosby, they say he was about to buy NBC, so they went after him, and same thing with Prince. I mean, they say when these guys get too powerful, they take them out, or they try to take them out. You know, I mean, we'll never really know. Well, shouts out to Davina. Definitely should get some good clips out of that. Really brilliant woman. Recording engineer, was writing her own stuff, singing her own stuff, producing her own stuff, doing it all at once by herself. That's crazy. That's crazy. Really crazy. Well, I hope y'all enjoy the 4th tomorrow. Will not be live tomorrow. I'll be back Saturday. Music reviews. Probably do music reviews at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Once again, thank y'all for tuning in. Another episode. I'm the one and only Paul Masson, and we are live for Fayettenam. Peace. I'm out.